Hello there, welcome to another tutorial with Beads Jar. I'm Natalia and today I'm going to be showing you how to make these 1920s style mystic drop earrings. So we'll be using Mayuki seed beads, these beautiful faceted drops that are in like a mystic rainbow coating. And these are inspired by the roaring 20s. They add glitz and glamour to any outfit. So let's take a look and see what components you'll need to make these earrings. So to make our dazzling 1920s style earrings, you will need, first of all, the main component are these faceted teardrops. They are 11 by 8 millimeters and they're in rainbow metallic iris color. Next we have a pair of fishhook earring wires, and these are sterling silver 20 millimeters. We have two of these flat washer rings, so they're 14 millimeters and they have this lovely script engraved on them. We have two 5mm jump rings. These are silver plated. You could use sterling silver if you wish. And then for our seed beads, we have the grey luster Mayuki beads in size 11/0. And then we have some Mayuki Delica beads. These are also size 11/0 and they are galvanized purple, beautiful sparkly purple there. We will also need a size 10 beading needle, some fire line. I'm using 6-pound fire line here. I do prefer this smoke colour because I think it fits very nicely with the colours that I'm using here. And we've got some wire cutters and we've got two pairs of pliers for opening and closing the findings. So let's get started and make our earrings. So to get us started off, we're going to do some circular brick stitch around this washer component. And I always like that part that has the engraving to be facing outwards. So when you're designing the earrings, if you want to do that, if you prefer to have the plain side, that's up to you. So I've threaded about 40 centimeters of fire line onto my beading needle, and then I've got these silver size 11 Mayuki beads here, and we're going to start with those. So I'm going to take a Mayuki bead onto my needle. I'm just going to take my needle through and holding the Mayuki up like that. So we're going to have a tail, but that's okay. I'm going to take my needle up underneath. Actually going to make the tail a little bit longer. And then as I do this, I'm going to take my needle up through the bead that I threaded on. So we have lots of videos on how to do circular brick stitch, so I'm not going to spend ages explaining how to do it, but what you will find is a link to in the show more section where you can go and investigate those other videos and learn it if it's something that you haven't done before. So I'm going to leave that tail so that we can finish off later on and tie it together or sew it together. So what you want to do is make sure that your first bead is just standing there on its own, and I'm going to work around in an anti-clockwise direction because that's just the way that I prefer to do my brick stitch. And all you do is just take your needle back through the center, take one of the silver beads, and then go through, and then take your needle up through the bead that you just threaded on. This is harder for me to do. The reason why I'm sort of making it a little bit fussier is because of the angle that I'm sitting at. Normally if I was just sitting in my workroom doing this, I would be, I'd have my head forward and I'd be doing that. So it's quite an easy stitch to do. So what happens is all of the beads just sit around the top of the ring. And you just want to do the same process going all the way around. You take your needle through and then back up through the bead that you just threaded on in a circular motion. So I'm going to do one layer of those silver beads, and then I'm going to bring the piece back when I've completed that and show you what I'm going to do next with it. So when we finish doing that first circuit of the washer ring, I'm going to add the second layer, the second row of beads, and these are the purple, the sparkly purple delicas. So we got back to the beginning. The thread is coming out through this bead here, and I'm going to use the thread bridge that exists across the top there to do exactly the same thing to add the delicas. So just pulling that through and then putting my needle underneath it, and that will make it stand up. I'll just add one more and just show you, and we're going through the next thread bridge that's next to it to add our second delicate. So again, you're going to go all the way around, and like I said previously, if you need any further assistance with circular brick stitch, then you can watch one of the other videos that are linked in the show more section. So I'm going to add all of the delicas around for the second layer of beads, and then we're going to have a look at how we add the little droplet part of the earring. So we got back up to the beginning, and you can see I've got a little gap here. I don't want to fill that because I'm going to get the little droplets to be suspended from here. So I'm going to take my final thread down through that bead underneath. Just do that. I'm going to take the thread around underneath and then back through my very first bead there, the first two beads that I put onto this little washer ring so that they sit up nicely. Then what I want to do is, because I've got this thread left here that is the tail thread, I'm just going to tie that off just to get it out of the way, because that's meeting with my thread that I'm working with. I'm just going to tie it off twice in an overhand knot. And then you can cut it off at this point, or you can leave it there. At this stage, I'm just going to get rid of it. Okay, and now what we want to do is add our little droplets here. So I've got some of my silver beads. These are the grey luster Miyuki, size 11s. And then I want to bring in these drops as well. So we're going to add on our little droplets. So my first bead that's going on is the longest one, and I've got 18 Miyukis to go onto my needle. So I'm going to thread those on now. And so you don't need to watch me do this. I'll thread 18 on, and then I'll come back and show you what to do after that. So we've got our 18 beads on there, and I'm going to then thread on the droplet, so a faceted drop, and then we want a little bead at the base because it keeps us, it's going to hold this all together, but also it adds a really nice decorative finish. So I'm going to pop that bead on there and then take the needle back up through the droplet, and then we need to take the needle and the thread all the way back through those 18 beads that we just threaded on there. So this should be a simpler job because they're already in place. Get our needle through there. And then you want to pull that fairly tight to make sure that it's keeping the little droplets suspended like that. And then I'm going to take my thread back through the center of the washer disc. And then we're coming round and we're ready for the next lot of beads. Now, what I want to do is to just take my needle through that bead there, the one that's on the washer. So it's got something to anchor itself to. Okay, so our next bead is going to be, I'm just going to bring the finished article in so you can see. So we've got our long bead which goes on first, and then our next bead is the one that's, we've got 11 beads on that one. So I'm going to thread 11 beads onto my needle, and we're just following the same process basically as we did previously. So I will repeat that, and then we'll get on to the final droplet. So we're ready now. I've got my thread that I've taken back through the ring and then threaded through one of the little silver beads at the base, and the last little droplet contains 8 of these beads. So you can stay with me as I do this one. There's only 8 of them, and then we'll have our final little droplets part of the earrings completed. So just taking those down the thread, popping the bead on, taking another one of those silver beads and then taking it back through the bead and then up through those beads that you've just threaded on with the needle. That just keeps everything all nice and safely in place on your earring. So there we go. So I seem to have managed to trap my thread around that one of those little beads. Isn't thread annoying? It just gets everywhere. There we go. Okay, so once you finish that, you just take your thread back around and then I'm going to take my thread through the silver bead and the purple bead, and then I am going to just weave my thread around the beads to get to the top. That's a lot better than just trying to cut the thread off and then start a new thread. So I'm basically going to take it up and down and around until my thread ends up at the top of the earring, and I'm going to show you how to add almost like a little bail that will contain or be the recipient of the jump ring that's going to hold the earring wire in place. Okay, so my thread is coming out exactly at the top of the disc, and I'm going to then add my bail on. I'm going to thread on 6 of these little grey luster beads. So there we go, just double check I've got 6. So when you've got those on your needle, just take them down onto the to the base of the thread, and then you're just going to take your needle back down through those 2 beads underneath it, if you can do that. Sometimes it's hard to get through the very bottom bead, so just do what you can. And then that creates a nice little bail, as you can see for us there. So then I'm going to just finish off by going back up along the bead underneath. So that's that grey bead. If I can, I want to get my needle to come out. Take it around. I'm going to take it back through that purple one there because it's just easier for me. And then I just want to get my needle just through that purple bead there. It's proving quite tricky. Let's bend that over. There we go. So taking my thread, I'm just going to take it up through the purple bead. Okay, so I've got the thread coming out of that purple bead there, right at the base of the bail. So I'm just going to take my needle back up through those 3 beads, and of course we then need to just take it through the other 3 beads down there, and then back through that purple one. And then we have our bail in place securely there. So I take my thread down through one of the other beads. I'm just going to wrap the thread around the needle to create like a knot. And you can do that again if you want to just follow the thread along to the next bead and do the same, just to make it Make sure that the thread is contained, you don't want it coming apart. And then you can either zap it or just cut it off, whichever way you choose. So the final stage is to attach our jump ring and our eel wire. Let me just move those beads out of the way. So we've got our jump ring there and one of our sterling silver earring wires. So I need to take just 2 pairs of pliers, pick up my jump ring, open the jump ring up, pop it through the bail, and then attach the open jump ring to the hole at the base of the ear wire, and then just close that jump ring back up again. Oops. My hands are all slippy, it's very hot in the studio. And there we have our completed earring, and we've got our other earring here too. I just need to attach the ear wire to that. So I hope you agree that these do look really 1920s style. They are very glitzy and very, very elegant, and would look good for any occasion, but particularly if you're going somewhere very dressy, and also would look amazing in different colours too. So we have lots of these different little faceted drops for you to choose from, so take a look at our website. And there is your finished pair of earrings. Thank you so much for watching this tutorial. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I hope it's inspired you to make your own beautiful earrings too. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, where you'll find lots more product reviews and wonderful tutorials and inspiration. And also don't forget to click the show more section, so you'll find links to our website for all of the things that we've used in today's video, and also thousands of other jewellery making components. We'll see you again very soon.